Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the last module of the digital product management course. I'm hoping that you are sticking with it and you're finding it useful and you're getting a little bit of tips and some practical tools for you to kickstart change and improve the way you work with your teams. So this is the fourth module. This is where we're going to talk about governance, storytelling, decision making, and then hopefully you'll be able to knit all this together. And when we meet on a live call very soon, you'll be able to share the full recap of what you've learned. So we're here, module 4. I hope you've done 1, 2, and 3 as well. In terms of the outcome for this particular modules, I hope you're getting a deeper understanding of the process and how things work. I really want you to think about governance and decision making as an enabler, not as a hurdle. Big decision meetings or big leadership meetings are sometimes quite scary, but actually they are really useful if you prepare them well and if you build them well. And then I want you to really boost your confidence and be able to present and share what the great work that you're doing with your products based on the things that we might have touched on in the last 4 modules. So I'll share this again from the last module. This is the same slide. We're going to talk about this particular line here, which is the governance. So it is part of your role as a product manager, and it should be part of your timeline and the way you organize your time to build in that governance process and the key steps that are needed to lead to those key meetings. I'm calling it product council. It could be called anything in terms of decision. It's kind of a senior leadership team meeting, but it's really about decision for your product. So this is how I see it. You basically, I'm just going to move this over there. You basically have here on the left, you've got product teams, or singular or plural, depending on the size of your organization again. But effectively, you have one team per product, or you have one presentation, one process per product. In the middle here, you've got your product council. It could be an investment board. It could be a leadership team. It could be your board members. It could be anything really. It's a team made of senior people who have influence in your organizations, who can make decisions and help you progress. In that session, the purpose of the session, the purpose of the meeting specifically, is to review progress on your product. So this is where you share your roadmap, because you're going to iterate on the roadmap, but you really, update people on where you got to, is what you said you were going to deliver. You bring in KPIs, so key performance indicators, key analytics, and key measures of success. You bring in some customer feedback or some user feedback. You bring in priorities or things that may have changed and you need to steer on things. This is where you agree funding and resources. This is where you set the goals for the next quarter. And this is where you learn on new ideas. So this is where you learn from your leadership team whether there might be some different things going on you may not be aware of, like somebody might be leaving, or you might have a slight restructure. You might have a different priority coming in, and therefore yours is no longer a priority. So this is where you really get a transparency and access to a lot of information that is useful. At the end of that meeting, really when you're walking out of that meeting, is with a roadmap validated, with a prioritized portfolio if you're managing different initiatives. You've got commitments on funding or not, so you know where you stand. You've got commitment to hire if you need to, or not. And you've got commitment on resources from a technology point of view. And really that is the place where you should feel empowered and confident that you have everything you need to go and deliver. Because the key thing about governance is that once you've done the decision at that point, the product manager should be empowered to go and deliver for the next quarter, for the next period that you've agreed upon. In that period, nothing should come and change your priorities. I mean, unless there is a major, another major COVID or catastrophe. But really, ideally, this is a protected space for you to walk out of, where you've brought a lot of recommendation, you've brought update, you've brought data, and people make a decision to really empower you to go and deliver. This is really important so you can go and say no. Because if 2 weeks after the meeting, somebody from that team says, oh, by the way, can we just do this? Right? No, we've agreed this is what I'm going to do for the next quarter. These are the priorities. This is where we're spending the money. So your little ideas can come back to the next session to be reprioritized. And that is really, really important, because I hear a lot of people being overwhelmed, having a lot of things to do, wearing multiple hats. Use this meeting to your advantage to be really clear on what you're supposed to do. And it takes some time, a little bit of confidence and courage to go and challenge people in leadership team. But you need to do that for your own efficiency, I would say. So as I said, I've put it back here because it's important that you have every member or every representative of the organization. So you have maybe your boss, but you also have, somebody from the finance team, or somebody with a HR hat, somebody with kind of a legal hat, if there is one, marketing, sales, a broad spectrum to really have everybody on the same page. Because then when you go and recruit someone from an HR, they know what you're looking for. If you recruit somebody with, if you have a finance question, they know how to help you. So this is the product council. I'm gonna keep this video into one video actually for the benefit of clarity. This is where the practice part starts. So to wrap this all together, I would like you to pretend that you are going to present your product to the board. So I'm putting it here. Don't panic. Trust me, it's kind of a fun exercise, and people have done it before, kind of enjoyed it. So go back to the workbook that you've been building over time. Have a think about how to knit all of this together, what you've learned, what you've clarified in your head, and then we'll build a product council. We'll build a meeting together. So these are the few things that, if you were to build the PowerPoint slides for this meeting, here are the few things that I would like you to think about. You need to be clear on the vision, big purpose. Almost, if you were in an elevator with someone, what do you do and who are you? This is what you want to say in 5 minutes. Key numbers, data point, progress, anything that you've got that is measures, that is showing that you are tracking progress. And even if they're bad, you want to bring them up. A quick demo, showing how much you've done in the last quarter, or if there is a prototype, or if there is anything that you want to share and showcase. I think that's a place to do it. Key success and learnings. I would, highlight the work of the team, and everybody's been doing this amazing, and just celebrate a little bit as well. Present the roadmap. So the template that I gave you, fill it up, and then just have that as your template, and you present that for the next quarter, the next half year. Don't go further than that. And then share the challenges, what you need from the team. Where are the pain points? What's stopping you from delivering? So that is how you build the deck for the product council. These are only those 5 points is what they need to hear from you. And then we'll, in the live calls, if you want to practice and if you want to share your PowerPoints, I'm more than happy to have a look and for you to feel like you have something in your back pocket to use with your teams. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I look forward to speaking to you in the live calls. Bye.